word on the street is that you've been busy. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fisk's files? Here, Commander, for your trouble.
What would my future cooperation be worth? Say, an interview when my investigation is over?
Exclusive? You talk to me before you that would be worth quite a bit, and I'd be very... Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
I've heard some humans are angry at the Quarians after the attack on Eden Prime. After all, you created the Geth.
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
Hopefully having you with us fighting Saren will change.
Okay, Julie. Let me get this straight. You're busy.
Hey there! Oh, you're not C-Sec, are you? Did you want something?
What are you doing here?
I am Jalid. My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me. Yesterday, I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I... He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian.
Shorban? That's the guy who asked...
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
I better look into this right away. Find out what he's up to.
Anything... Well, good luck.
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again.
You can start by telling me the truth, Shorban.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Your lies are catching up with you. We spoke with your friend.
Spoke with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
No, but you're gonna tell me. Everything.
You boys can go. Looks like my plans have changed. It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
Keep talking.
The company we work for developed an experimental procedure for... Jalid and I saw even more potential, so we stole the plans and Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
What's so special about that?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or... After centuries here, we still don't know anything about... Don't you see? We were the first to skip. You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
Why are you trying to kill your partner?
I'm not trying to kill him. Jaleed's job was to disseminate our... But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
So you're just trying to get back what Jaleed already
We
stole.
lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. Commander, if you'll just continue gathering data for me, imagine what we might learn. And you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
I suppose a little scanning here and there won't
Very
hurt anyone.
good. Maybe if you would... The data you're gathering for me is useless if Jaleed won't help me analyze it.
I'll go have a chat with him right now.
Thank you. And happy scanning, Commander.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
I found out you've been lying to me, Jaleed.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
What about the Keeper data? We know about that.
He told you? I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data, so
I'm scanning the Keepers for Shorban, but you two need to stop fighting.
You're... Well, if Shorban... I appreciate the help, Commander.
One sec. Look, Commander Shepard, here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
How did you know all that?
I'm the C-Sec requisition. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Show me what you've got.
System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I'd heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
of my hands, Lieutenant. I'll bring her back in a second.
Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. So, what can I do for you?
What were you discussing with the Volus?
Who, Doran? Oh, I was just... sorry. I don't want to bore you with my problems.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, okay. The problem is, she's working as an informant for... If they find out what she's doing, they'll kill her.
I assume CSEC is
They
protecting.
can't watch her all... I don't know. Sometimes I think she stays there just to spite me.
Do you know who her contact
No.
is?
Last time I asked an officer, he told me to stay out of it, for Jenna's safety.
Maybe I could help her understand just how dangerous.
Would you? That'd be great. Well, I should get back to work before I get in trouble. Thanks.
Hey, good to see another human in here.
Hi, I'll be with you in just a sec.
I need to talk to you about your work with CSEC.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to my customers.
This isn't a game, Jenna. These people are dangerous.
Now you sound like my sister. Why is everyone so I need to go. I'm not a stripper. I don't get paid to stand around.
She puts on a brave face.
I'm busy. The other waitresses can help you.
If you've got questions about Jenna, meet me at CSEC Academy.
Are you talking to me?
Push off. I never did nothing to you. Damn newcomers. Think they can run the place.
What was that about?
I guess we'd better go find out.
Detective Jellick, come into my office. No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
Watch your tone, Chelik.
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
We were there to help her get out.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk,
but you're still using her.
This job isn't easy and it's usually unpleasant. But since you're so concerned with her safety...
Always thinking ahead, Detective?
It's part of the job. Now, are you gonna help me or not?
I'll help you, but I need some details.
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a cell. Meet our man named Jax. Pick up the mods and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
Why are you so concerned about these mods?
We have access to some of the most sophisticated... What do you suppose happens when we... These give criminals an advantage we can't afford to let them keep.
I'll persuade.
No. You tip Jax off and all my leads will disappear faster than you can say bad bust.
Where can I find this Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
Hold it. That's close enough, Army. You got my payment?
Do you have the X-Mods?
Show them the merchandise.
That looks right.
Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
Here you go.
Here you go. Enjoy it. Come on, boys. We're done here.
Commander, I hear you have something for me.
Here's your shipment, Chelik.
Excellent. This is everything I need. Maybe more than I need. Here, Commander, take this. I won't need it, and you've earned some payment for your work. As for Jenna, I'll make sure we get her out of Core's den immediately. Now, I need to get these mods into evidence. Easy.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
What kind of leads do we have?
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other of... We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find... We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll take care of Saren. You take care of the political fallout.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you are a human. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer.
Yes, Commander?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this is... But you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to...
Tell me what happened with you and Saren.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on this. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
Why weren't you honest with me?
It's not something I'm proud of. I had a chance to become the first human Spectre, and I failed. Saren made sure of that.
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to... Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, officially it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final... Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectre.
Saren caused the explosion.
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
The only thing I care about is stopping
You're right,
Saren.
Commander. It's no good living in the past.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
The Council wants to ignore this.
That's no surprise. They never helped us in the past, no reason they'd start now. But we don't need their help. We can do this on our own.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse.
But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
This is the most important mission any of us have ever been on.
The fate of an entire galaxy is at stake. We will stop Saren, no matter what the cost.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The Captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my... We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the
I
lab?
don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Just trying to get a sense of where
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Commander.
Thanks for bringing me on. I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre?
Well, no, but Spectres make their own rules. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantage.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do
There's
things?
more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate
Well,
for
that's
you.
sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the city. Either way.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see
Thank you,
fit.
Commander.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
We came as soon as we got the distress call, even with the fastest ship.
You did the best you could, Commander. It's my... If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you have a few minutes to talk?
I'm sorry, Commander. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no... Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting...
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
They tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected. An infection that makes only a few... And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation.
Your ignorance doesn't... As for the Krogan, the genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really...
We're sure not getting any... We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in...
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colony. We're not settlers, so we leave. Hire ourselves out.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solar. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find...
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last... You ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the... It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet... But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand... Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, but some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship, on matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that got the 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the... To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty. And they can only do this. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about...
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been all I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned them. The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated... Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer.
You had to know it would blow up in your face.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, but one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, one day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among...
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous... The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially... It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would... A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized... The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But if we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organic... Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth... They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found some... This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are...
Can a captain choose to reject?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile. Like what? See you later.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engine.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation, too easy for sense. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect
Visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an act. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up to FTL, blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one. She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core. Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core. If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
don't think we can take that strong point head on.